What's up, oddballs? Welcome back to the Oddity Shop, the podcast where we tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the globe. I'm your curator, Zach, sitting here with the always perfect curator, Kara. Hi, Kara.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I am doing wunderbar. I know we say we're on low sleep a lot, but it is Thursday.
Yeah, we know.
And I've been straight running since Monday at 8 p.m. But it's okay. We're going to catch up on sleep eventually. But I'm back home now. And yeah, that's about it. I had a really nice trip to EZ for my birthday.
Yeah, so I don't really care about that. What I care about is that you need to stop having birthdays because people always die around your birthday.
It's getting ridiculous.
But I'm really upset because Nicholas Brendan died. And if you guys don't know who that is literally Xander. From Buffy.
Yes, of course.
And he was only 54.
Yeah. How did he pass?
I don't know if it came out. I honestly just stopped reading the articles. But my friend that really kind of got me into Buffy, he texted me and Emily and was like, I can't believe this. And he's like, he was only 2 years younger than me.
That's wild.
And it's like wild to think about that. Like he was only 54 years old. And did you know that the reboot just got canned?
Ugh.
They recorded a bunch of episodes and stuff. It was all geared to go.
Are they going to release them?
No, Hulu. I think it was Hulu. Don't quote me on that, but I think Hulu was like, yeah, they pulled. So, but it's kind of like one of those things where it was like, I have goosebumps because kind of like one of those, like, not kismet, but like maybe like, was it meant to be? Because Buffy said she wasn't going to do, or Buffy. Sarah Michelle was like, I'm not doing it if not everyone's on board. And everyone was on board, but then he passed away. So it's kind of weird that they pulled it right before he passed away.
It is super weird. Also, though, she's going to be in a new horror movie.
Yeah, you told me. But also Chuck Norris died. And that pisses me off.
I'm trying to change the subject before you read.
No, because I'm still mad at you for having birthdays.
I didn't kill them.
You might have.
Your girl is going to be in Get Out too, which is like, I really liked the first one. It's a super campy horror movie. I think you would actually like it because it's like not far off of like Scream level humor. Or not humor, but like campiness.
I don't know. I hear so many terrifying things about people being like, it's like Get Out. It's like Get Out. And like horrifying things in the world today that are like, it's like Get Out. And that would give me anxiety and make me spiral. She's also in something else that we talked about in the last episode. But anyway, that's all I have. Do you have anything quickly?
I don't think
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Your vacation was great.
Yeah, no, I had a good vacation. I had a couple of get-togethers for my birthday. Went on a really like nice hike up in Sedona. They got me cheesecake, so it's like they know me because it's the only dessert I like.
It's my favorite.
That's about it. Nothing too crazy. Shop talk, though.
Yeah, what do we got?
I do have a review for us. Hold, please.
Read it.
This one is from Melinda, of course. It's always the Melinda and Joe show around here. Okay, Proud Oddball. I've been a Proud Oddball since the first episode I listened to. Zach and Kara are great storytellers and have so many great ideas for their episodes, probably because they send us so many great ideas.
Because they send them all.
Recommend to anyone who loves the podcast and the bizarre. And I pulled the YouTube comment too.
Oh! Because
we know YouTube is like the Wild West, right? This one's
it the one that
like that crazy. No, I can't find that one that you always talk about, so you'll have to read that someday.
Okay.
This one just says, why is there no comments yet? Right, you think it's going to be a compliment. Then she goes,
this is it.
Hopefully it's a good podcast. First-time listener, Northern California. In general, a lot of weird mysteries and news the media doesn't get out here.
That's it. And then but they also left another one on that exact same video, and it was like, I don't even remember. It was something else.
I just like that, like, why is there no comments? And then why is there no comments? Good.
Yeah, I know. Well, I hope you're still here.
Let us know. Maybe leave some more comments. Okay, what's going on the Patreon side?
Well, hold on. Before that, I do have Shop Talk aside from Patreon. Our poll is closed. Did you look at it all?
I haven't looked at it because I wanted you to tell me which one won. Okay. Actually,
I
wanted to be surprised.
Yeah. So I do have.
Is it going to be out by the time this episode comes out? You might be seeing our new art. Ooh.
It should be as long as we can get it. Okay. So I only did. So for those that don't know, Zach doesn't even realize, but. Well, I don't think so. We had 6 to go between you and I. We had 6 that we really loved. The poll only would do 4 on Instagram. I could not figure it out. I was going to try to do 2 separate things. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I don't give a crap. So I picked,
I trust
whatever.
You.
And I basically 3 were yours and only 1 was mine. But because I just didn't know what to do. So it is what it is. So there was 1, 2, 3, and 4. So one was mine where it has like the hand on the door, creepy, like the open. Okay. 2 was just like what the shelf looking thing where it just says Oddity Shop and it has like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
3 was you and I with the globe, whatever. And then 4 was that one that was kind of circusy looking that you made. Yeah. That was like, okay. So that one started to win right off the rip. And I was like, that is, yeah. And I was like, I can't do it. I will fake it. I will lie. I will do whatever. Cause I loved it.
You never loved that one.
No. That's not true. I love it, but it doesn't fit us. I don't feel it's very circusy and cool. It fits something, but just not what we were going for. Okay. So by the end though, for Instagram, because Patreon got their own and we're going to tally them. So number 1 got 21%. 2 got 21%.
Okay.
3 got 36%. And 4 got 21%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those are all close. Okay. So remind me which one the winner is again?
Our goddamn faces. But then if you go to Patreon and only one person, and I left it. I didn't even say I was closing it. I left it until literally today. I was waiting until today. Only Megan voted, and she didn't even fully vote. She wrote 2 or 3. But because 3 was already in the lead, I guess we just give it to 3. So our damn faces won. Now, here's the stipulation on this. I made Aaron, my husband, look at it and tell me what is wrong with my face.
I can tell you.
It's my chin.
So because when I put it together, I didn't have good pictures of you straight on. So we'll redo it. And
No. Here's what it is. Because my chat GPT, my AI never gets my face. Do you know why? Because I have inflammation and my face changes every fucking picture. Someday I have fatter cheeks. Someday I don't. But what's wrong with that one is my chin. It just needs to change a little bit and it'll be perfect.
Perfect.
So just tell yours to just like change my chin.
We'll tweak it. Okay.
So anyway,
wonderful.
Our faces are literally going to be our new.
Let's rock with it.
Whatever.
Okay.
Which I guess I understand. And what Aaron was saying, he's like, yeah, but if you look, you're like, oh, those are really cute people. Like, I'll listen to them, whatever. We are really cute people. We didn't want our faces to be the winner, but y'all decided.
Hey, we left it up to the people. The people decided. The oddballs decided.
So thank you guys so much. I was checking all the time. Every hour I was screenshotting just in case there wasn't another one. I was like,
nice.
I can't believe our Patreon's only one person.
Oh my God.
I can't even believe your parents didn't.
I know. We'll have to yell at them, but they'll listen and they'll know we're disappointed. All right. Should we get on with it? Let's open the shop up.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Okay. What's your question?
What's something you believed for way too long just because you heard it somewhere?
I'm sure it is something I read online. In fact, I remember a conversation really recently where God, who was it with? It was like a fact. I'm like, they're like, well, where did you hear that? I'm like, oh, shoot, I read it online. I just believed it. Oh, I'm on the spot. I'm not going to be able to think of it now.
Oh, see, this is what you do to me. I thought it'd be something like from when you were like little and like you heard and like it just stuck with you.
Oh, totally different than what I was going down, but that jogged me. My uncle once told me that if I popped zits, that if the stuff inside the zit touched other parts of your face, it was contagious and that you would get just like a bunch more zits because it touched your face.
Well, that's not right, but it's not wrong. Because like your dirty cans can contain, but it's not right. But it's also like when people are like, okay, if you swallow watermelon seeds, you'll grow a watermelon in your stomach.
Yeah.
One time, I won't name this friend, but you know who this friend is, when we were like way younger. I don't know why. I don't know who told us this, but we thought it took like months and months and months for you to get pregnant. Not just like accidentally one time. Thank God we were so little. And then we did figure it out that's not.
Yeah, that would be a terrible.
Because that would have been really, really bad.
That could be really dangerous for sure.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but.
Okay, well, after these stories, I'm excited to see where this is going.
All right, so we already know that this podcast is like where we keep it weird, a little unhinged. And sometimes we question like how humanity has made it this far.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're always questioning how humanity made it this far.
Well,
it's bewildering.
Right. Okay, so today we're talking about a time when people genuinely believed, and when I say this, I know I believe everything. So
you do.
You guys can come at me.
If she's surprised by this.
I'm not surprised, but you have to go into this time. that there were bat people living on the moon. Okay, so I need you to really sit. Hold on. I need you to really sit with this for a second. So imagine it's 1835.
I've heard of this.
Okay, so there's no internet, no Google, no way to fact check anything, right? So you wake up, grab your morning newspaper, and you read that a respected scientist has just discovered an entire civilization living on the moon.
I think this is, I don't think I put it in the episode, but I think this is related to one of the Hollow Earth scientists that I was reading about that I might not have included because I do remember stumbling upon this. Okay, sorry, go on.
I don't know. We'll keep going. Okay, so forests, temples, creatures, and not just any creatures, winged humanoids, bat-like, fly across the surface of the moon. And the craziest part, this wasn't some random rumor. This was the news. Okay, so
I definitely came across this song. I'm trying to remember what episode I was researching.
Okay, so this all starts with a newspaper called The Sun in New York.
Yeah, it was the rabbit hole episode because it was the same newspaper. This newspaper picked it up, the story of the woman birthing rabbits.
Oh, I was wondering why The Sun in New York sounded familiar to me.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So at this time, newspapers were everything. Okay. So, this was your information, your entertainment, gossip, your science, like all of it. And The Sun was different because it was cheap, it was accessible, and it was designed for the everyday person, which meant a lot of people were reading it. And in August 1835, The Sun began publishing a series of articles claiming they were reprinting findings from a scientific journal called the Edinburgh Journal of Science.
Yep.
Okay. So it made it feel legit, okay? Because people assumed this had already been reviewed, already been studied, already been proven. But here's the thing. That journal had actually... What?
You said provened?
Provened. I did say
already been proven.
It's already been proven, okay? Okay, but here's the thing. The journal had actually stopped publishing years earlier. Okay. So no one could verify it. And that's how it got published without question. Because at first I was like, okay, but how did this just because we're in the 1835, like how does something just get published?
Right, like nobody catch it.
But again, then if you put yourself in 1835, which we can't really, but if we try to, it still would be easy, I feel, right?
Oh, yeah. I feel like you could get away with quite a bit.
Right. So it sounded official and no one could check. So the articles claimed that a very real and respected astronomer, Sir John Herschel, had built a powerful new telescope in South Africa, described as so advanced that it could magnify objects tens of thousands of times and reveal details never seen before. And people believed that part really easily because Herschel was real.
Herschel was real, respected, and that is not terribly hard to believe.
No, and telescopes were improving. And so it kind of felt like it was the next step because...
And I feel like at that point, we don't really fathom how far away the moon is.
No, I don't think we fathom how far the moon is, but also I don't think that maybe you fathomed science, the rate of technology, what people are actually working on. There's just so many moving parts to this. You know what I mean? So it kind of felt like the next step. But then... this discovery started. Okay, so then the articles described the moon as having a vivid green surface with landscapes that included, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Lofty mountains.
Okay.
Verdant valleys. What is verdant?
Lush verdant. Green.
Okay, that's what I thought. So lofty mountains, verdant valleys, and flowing bodies of water. Again, though, we're in 1835.
I mean, the mountains part isn't far off.
No. And put yourself then, though. Do you really know what the moon is like?
No idea.
Right. So
you could believe. I don't know what it's like.
Right. Because we've never been. We're not Katy Perry. Did she go to the moon? No, she just went 11 cents.
We haven't been to the moon allegedly since the 60s.
I said 11 cents 11 seconds in space. Okay, so they claimed to see, are you ready? Herds of animals moving across the land, including creatures described as miniature bison, which how fucking cute would that be?
I bought a mini bison.
How cute.
Oh my God, can you imagine though how good a mini bison would taste?
No, I've never had real bison, but no, stop it. A little mini bison as a friend. Oh my God. And goat-like beings with a single horn.
Okay.
So kind of like unicorns, even though unicorns are more horse, but like.
Do we know if the singular horn was on the front or on the side?
It's a very good question.
I'll get my telescope out.
Okay. And then they describe structures, massive polished formations that looked like temples. Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like San to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings, so she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/mysticmoonsllc.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye. Which
I remember the thing I read recently online and thought it was true and then realized it wasn't true when I was having the conversation. Have you, okay, so really quick side note. Have you been on Gerald the Dolphin TikTok?
Stop. That is true. And I just recorded a Patreon solo episode about Gerald.
See, I think it's true, and I think
true.
They're telling us that it isn't because they don't want us to know about the structures they were making him build. Okay, I'm done.
Also, though,
the structures.
No, hold on. But also, why did the government a couple years back say that we should not interact with dolphins? Don't touch them. Don't look at them.
They've been searching. After saying it's not true, they've been searching that area. There's something to it, man.
I literally just recorded today a Patreon episode. A solo Patreon episode. It's very quick, but I was like talking about Gerald because I'm like,
love Gerald.
Oh, I want to be friends with Gerald. So funny that you said that because when I was talking about little bison, I was like, ooh, I wanted to bring it up, but I was like, no, let me not. And then you did.
I knew
so
it was something
funny
because I was telling Sarah about it, and then she's like, that can't be true. I'm like, it is.
No, it is. Aaron said the same thing. He's like, what? I'm like, no.
Okay.
No.
You guys got to listen to the episode on Gerald that she did then.
It's very, very short, but okay. Anyway, so I'm so sorry. So they described structures, so massive polished formations that looked like temples made of what they called sapphire. And then the moment that really sold it, okay, the creatures, right? So the article, like that's kind of what sold it. But the article describes them as, I don't know how to say this. It's Vespatrilo Homo, which literally just translates into Batman.
I love it.
Okay. And then one description reads, they averaged about 4 feet in height, were covered, except on the face, with short and glossy copper-colored hair, and had wings composed of a thin membrane without feathers.
Maybe some of these fell to Earth, and that's where the bat squatch came from. If you know, you know.
Or even Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not like bat-like, but kind of.
I think we kind of talked about how Mothman and bat squatch might be the same thing in that episode. What episode was that? That was episode 44. That's a long time.
Yeah. So on Facebook, though, we talked about what people's favorite episode was, and everybody said number 1, our first episode. That was what most people said, which was Into the Woods or something.
Yeah, the folk monster.
But which is crazy. Okay, so now that really means that we need to get Lyle Blackburn
Your Facebook
on.
thing wasn't favorite. It was what was the first episode you listened to, and duh, they're going to start with number 1.
Oh, I guess you're right. But still, that means we need to get Lyle Blackburn on. Anyway, okay. So I was just in my notes, though, I was going to pause here, though. This is like very specific descriptions, right? Like they didn't just say we saw something or we saw a bat-like thing. That was very descriptive.
Yeah, what was the point of this?
Well, let me keep going. So they gave a full detail of everything about like the full anatomy of what they were seeing or he was seeing, right? So another line describes them as engaged in conversation and interacting with each other, meaning they weren't just animals, they were intelligent.
Well, they had to build
social,
the temples.
right? Almost human. And at this point, people were like fully locked in because you have to put yourself back in 1835. Like we know this isn't true, but put yourself back then. So you're reading all of these articles, and I think there were 6 total that came out.
There was
so you're
over a span of time, right?
Yes. Well, I think it was like days, like 6 days. But like you're reading these articles, you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like, and so it's just wild that it was like that descriptive is my point. Like it wasn't just like we saw or I saw in my telescope bat-like humanoids. Okay. So again, everybody was locked in because the articles didn't feel like fantasy. They felt like a documentation, scientific observation, and detailed reporting. And they didn't release it like we were just kind of saying all at once. It was dropped over several days. I think it was 6. So each article revealing something new, which kept people coming back, which is very smart because then they were buying the next issue, talking about it, spreading it. Other newspapers even started picking up on it. They were repeating it, which made it feel even more real. Because then if you have all these different outlets and different newspapers pulling it up, or like, you know, you're like, holy crap, this is incredible.
And nobody really like checked each other. They just like kept going with it.
Right. So now it wasn't just one source, it was everywhere. And honestly, it kind of makes sense why people believed it because there was no way to check. You couldn't just look it up. You either trusted the newspaper, and most people did, right? And so,
I mean, that was like their main outlet at the time.
It was their only outlet. And also people wanted to believe it. Like the idea that they weren't alone. We always say that, like most of us, like open-minded people, we want to believe that we're not the only ones. We're not alone, that there were entire other worlds out there. So the universe was bigger than we understood. That's exciting, fascinating, and people leaned into it. But eventually the truth came out. The entire thing had been written by a journalist named Richard Adams Locke, and he made it all up.
But why did he make it all up? Can I ask that now?
Yeah, so he made up the fake journal, the telescope, the discoveries, the bat people, all of it. And he did it for 2 main reasons.
Number 1.
To sell newspapers.
Number 2.
And possibly to like make fun of how easily people believed in scientific claims. And it worked. So sales went up, people were hooked, and the story spread everywhere. Even after it was exposed as a hoax, some people still believed it. And that's the part that really sticks with me because, yes, it's funny. What were you going to say?
I think that's the part that I was reading about it in regards to Mary Taft with the rabbit thing. Because, like, it was a similar journal and they were talking about the side by side about how even after it came out as a hoax, like, people believe it. And, like, here's this other example.
Yeah, because it is like this funny, weird thing. Bat people on the moon, blah, whatever. I still want there to be bat people on the moon. But, like, fake telescopes, a journalist that fully making things up. But if you sit with us, like, for a second, it's actually a little uncomfortable. Because in 1835, people believed it because they didn't have a way to fact check, right? So they trusted what they were given. That was their only option.
Yeah.
But now we have everything. We have internet. We have access to sources. We can verify things in seconds. And yet people still believe things just as wild. And
listen,
not because
everything I've ever seen on TikTok is true.
I know, but like not because we have to, though. It's because we choose to, right?
Absolutely.
And because it sounds convincing, because it fits what we already believe, because everyone else is sharing it. Because a trusted source told you. Exactly. And I think that is the part that makes the story stick. it's not about how people were gullible back then. It's realizing we're not that different now.
No.
The only difference
we like to think we wouldn't believe about bad people on the moon.
Well,
but
the only difference is like they didn't have a choice and we do. So maybe like the question about this isn't how could they believe something like that? Maybe it's what are we believing right now?
Gerald.
That future us is like, what are we believing right now that the future us is going to laugh at?
Gerald the dolphin.
Oh, I was thinking about our president.
Oh, you mean like how wind turbines cause cancer?
Oh, I was also just thinking how like, what the fuck are we watching and actually believing? And that is the Great Moon Hoax of 1835.
And everything else he says.
But so we can have a little bit of a discussion now because that was a little bit shorter of an episode. But I thought it was fun.
It is fun.
But also, like, as I was reading it and as I was getting into it, I was like, holy crap. Like, yes, okay, Gerald aside, it's right now we have all the resources, right? Is it Dana Newkirk says, I'm going to misquote this. I've said it before, but I think it's like, read 2 articles and 1 book or something about it. Like, find 3 things that say the same thing. Like, find at least
and
3,
then find what their sources are.
Right. But find 3, like at least 3 different things. But maybe not even now. You can't even.
Especially in a time where we're all using ChatGPT and everything else. Because, like, that's going to confidently spit out incorrect shit. I don't know. I've been wanting to do. I've tried to stay away from, like, legitimate news articles online. Now, I try to get my news from, like, sources I trust, but I know they explicitly have or implicitly have a bias within them too. I want to sign up for one of those things. Like, I know this is not an ad because I know a lot of podcasts run ads for this, but Ground News, where like it tells you, it analyzes every article that it posts and tells you if it's right or left leaning, what the sources are, how like fact worthy or trustworthy they are. And I at least like, while that's I like that it has news from every angle and where it comes from, so you can like make better educated guesses about the content
yeah. So here's the other caveat, if you will, from this or whatever. I recently listened to one of my favorite podcasts and they were laughing because they got a bad review and somebody unsubscribed from their Patreon because they're like, we didn't realize that you guys believed in this, and so we can't support you anymore. And they were like, bye. And so here's the thing. If by this episode you're listening and you don't know what we believe and what we support, I don't want you as a listener. And I don't care how many, like, and I know you also agree. I don't care 100%. How many listeners we lose. If you do not, and if you don't know what we believe in at this point.
Staying silent against injustice is committing injustice.
Yeah, and it's getting a little wild out here, and I know we don't try to be too...
A little?
Well...
listen, we're here to be your entertainment, and we use this podcast to escape the shit show of a world that we actually live in.
But at the same
time... Yeah, you're going to know where we stand.
So this was a fun episode, I thought, but it also did kind of like open... Well, not mine, because I already know that. But like, if you don't look at your news articles and look at this stuff and be like, why? And then you just blindly believe things.
Absolutely.
And I understand. I believe Gerald, the dolphin in the ocean. I get that. But like, that's not hurting anybody.
But Gerald, if you are listening, I already pleaded with him. Listen, I could build a thing or two. Just help me breathe underwater.
Not Patreon episode. I pleaded.
Come get me, Gerald.
I said literally, aliens come get me now, or Gerald come bring me down to the depths. Because
either going up or down below. Either
seems
way
better than the middle ground as to where we're at.
Oh, it is getting spicy out here.
It's getting hot in here.
Oh God. Okay, well, I like that one. I think it's the Mary Taft, but I remember like coming across. It probably was.
So I think it was Mary Taft because the New York Sun sounds so familiar, and I probably was that episode.
Herschel came up in. I don't know. It was whatever. But yeah, no, that's a good one. But
I just thought it was kind of like, I know it was ended like. Well, we still try to be lighthearted.
We're going to get up on a soapbox now and then. We'll still be your entertainment and your escape, but we'll shove our beliefs down your throat.
But I thought it was a fun one because how crazy, because if we were in 1835, we would believe this.
Oh, you and me, 100%.
Right.
You would probably believe it now if it was presented well enough.
Yeah. I would.
Oh, gosh. All
because
right. Well,
did we ever actually go to the moon? And do we really know what's up there?
Are we going to go down that hole right now? Because, like, I was a moon landing defender as a child. Right?
I know.
But, like,
I don't even want to.
There's no way we had the computing power to do that.
Then, no. Now that, well.
Like, Neil Armstrong was such a hero of mine, but, like, did he do it, bud?
I don't know, because here's the thing. This is what you could think about. How much does the government hide from us now? How much did they hide from us then? So you could play it either way.
I think we were in a race against
I think we were
people who weren't our allies, and we wanted 100%
to
win it quickly.
Yes, I agree, because there's just weird things like the flag. The flag's always got me.
Yeah.
That's
they
always
shouldn't be waving.
It shouldn't flap. It shouldn't be flapping in the wind. There's no wind.
No, it's a vacuum.
Theoretically. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, you really could play that either way.
Okay, we want to know, guys. Let us know if you believe that we landed on the moon or not. Let's argue about this online.
We should, actually.
Yes. Make a post about it.
I won't remember to do this, but I'll
All right, somebody post on our wall your moon beliefs, and we'll jump on it. Okay. Do they still call it a wall? I don't know. What emoji do you want for your moon bats?
A moon and a bat.
A moon and a bat. Wow, very creative, very, very unexpected.
Well, what would you pick?
A moon and a bat.
Yeah.
All right. Nicely done, though. Okay, so we need new listener write-ins. So hit us with your stories.
Hit us with your best shot.
Leave a rating, review. And what else do these people need to do before we close the shop up for the day?
Creep it real, my little eyeballs.
I thought it's the most important thing they could do.
The most important thing you could do is to creep it real, my little eyeballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.